Thelma Okoro stood in the narrow corridor of their Face Me I Face You compound, balancing a bucket of water in one hand and a tray of her mother's sewing scraps in the other. From inside, her father's cough echoed, followed by the familiar scrape of his chair as he prepared for another day hustling spare parts at La Depot. The room they all shared was hot even in the morning, a single fan turning lazily above their heads. "Thelma, I beg, don't forget to greet Mama Nkechi," her mother called, needle between her lips, eyes half closed from overnight sewing. Thelma forced a smile. "I won't, Mama. I'll come back during break to help you finish the lining." She stepped out into the noisy street, dust rising under her worn sandals, and whispered to herself, "This is not where my story ends." By 8 a.m., she was standing behind the wooden counter of the roadside chemist where she worked, the faded pharmacy sign hanging crooked above her head. Customers came with crumpled prescriptions, feverish children, and questions that made her startled boss, Al-Haji, wave them towards her. "Ask Thelma," he'd say. "Her head is sharp." Between handing out paracetamol and explaining antibiotics in patient, simple English, she sneaked glances at the dog-eared pharmacology notes she'd bought from a Unilag student. When the crowd thinned, she traced the printed drug names with her finger, sounding them out under her breath. Each name felt like a step away from Mushin's noise and unpaid bills. Each explanation she gave a customer felt like a rehearsal for the future she was determined to claim. At night, Mushin softened. The shouting reduced to murmurs, generators hummed like tired bees, and the smell of frying akara gave way to charcoal and dust. Thelma sat on the edge of the shared mattress, the single bulb flickering above, while her younger brother and sister snored with open mouths on the floor. Her mother's sewing machine finally rested in the corner, covered with a wrapper. Thelma opened her most precious possession, a small battered notebook with "My Pharmacy" written carefully on the front in blue ink. On the first page, she had drawn a rough rectangle and labeled it "Shop Front." Tonight, she added shelves, shading them in with a stolen HB pencil. "See your life," her brother muttered sleepily, rolling over. "Drawing shop instead of sleeping." Thelma smiled, not looking up. "When I buy you original football boots, you won't talk like that." She wrote imaginary price lists, amoxicillin, folic acid, blood tonics, and beside each one she scribbled, "No fake drugs. No cheating.